Hello and welcome to Small Business 21st Century, formerly Skills to Pay the Bills, and today's segment of Build Your Difference. I'm your host, Pierre Walters, and we have a real treat for you today. He is the founder and owner of blackeyes.com, based right here in the DMV area. I want to welcome to the studio today the amazing Jermaine Dent.
Well, hello.
Oh my goodness. So Jermaine, I want you to tell the audience a little bit about yourself and your company, blackeyes.com.
Well, hello, Pierre. Thank you again for giving me the opportunity, time, and space to actually speak about the Black Eyes app. The Black Eyes app is actually a new app that I developed about 2 years ago, believe it or not. And we actually wanted to bring it to light to actually draw awareness, most importantly, let people know that you can be empowered, inspired, and protected through a mobile application that we all have and we all use. Most importantly, we actually wanted to unite communities. And that's the most important thing. With all that's going on in the world right now, we need to have unity and peace and order. So that's why I developed the app.
That's incredible. I want to know in terms of your inspiration. Did you see something happen? Did you experience something in your life that sort of was like, aha, this is the catalyst for this new venture I'm going to take? Was there something that sort of inspired you to take this route of developing the Black Eyes app?
Well, believe it or not, I actually experienced a lot of injustices throughout the life we as Black people have gone through. And most importantly, seeing the previous, as you know, killing with Trayvon Martin, and the list goes on, these senseless acts of police brutality, and most importantly, the crimes that are taking place. So I wanted to see how we can actually provide some justice and order with that in mind. So that's what really inspired me to do a difference, to make a change. Yeah. And how I can do that is by what? An application on a phone, which everybody has.
Yeah. How did you go about doing that exactly? How did you go about actually developing the app? Did you do it yourself? Did you bring on developers? I mean, how did you put this thing together?
Great question. Actually, believe it or not, I did not code or algorithm or in the programming. I actually have a company that I actually hired out of New Jersey. They actually have a team of developers and programmers that actually came aboard to help bring it to light. And believe it or not, they've been great working with me. They're, a team out of New Jersey, and they've actually basically kind of found each other in a sense.
Did you have to do a lot of sort of user testing in order to get it so user friendly? Because when I was on the app and sort of taking a look at it and scrolling through, I thought it was extremely user friendly. Yeah. So did you do a lot of testing in order to make sure that when people are on blackeyes.com that they are it's like natural for them to navigate around the app?
Yes, believe it or not, I wanted to make a user-friendly experience. That was the most important thing to me, because a lot of times people go online, they don't have a good experience, and more important, they want to be loyal, and that's most important to me. So the testing was done through various beta testing they had through Android and iPhone. We had to collectively pass a lot of different rigorous testing platforms that they had to actually get through to actually approve it. We got approval in February, thank God, and we're launched and we're official.
That is incredible. There are so many, I think, brilliant minds out there who have ideas for apps or for businesses, but for one reason or another, and a lot of times it's systemic, they aren't given the opportunity. It's virtually impossible for them to actually see their vision through. But you were able to do that. You were able to overcome those obstacles, and you were able to see your vision through and get it launched on both platforms, and Apple and Android. Absolutely. What was one of the greatest challenges that you experienced along the way?
Very good question. As you come up with any ideas, we all have ideas and dreams. You have how to bring them to light and manifest it. And most importantly, you have to plan to work and work to plan, as they say. And that was most important to me. And having the will and being determined to go forward with this idea to bring it to light with my own money. I invested in, by the way. So the team I hired, they actually came on with a support, that I needed, I was looking for. The programmers, the designers, everybody that's needed to actually have an app come to light. So that was a great asset and bring it to light. So I just came with the concept, the whole idea of where I wanted to have it, the vision behind the actual app, and of course, what's the impact behind it, because that's the most important thing to me.
Now, as a CEO of blackeyes.com, would you say that the mission of the app is sort of your way of giving back to the community? Correct. What would you say the mission is of blackeyes.com?
Correct, that is correct. Yes, the mission is giving back. Basically, everybody asks me, how much does it cost to get on the app? Or is it a fee? I said, no, it's no fee, because it's not about money. It's about giving back to us. Most importantly, have a platform we can go to that we can actually explore, whether you want some food, or you want to go out to eat, or a restaurant, or an event, or a job, or a book. You can go to the app because it has related information on one platform. So that's what I wanted to do, actually have one unique place where we can go to, whether you're in state or out of state, and you can actually connect.
Wow, I think it's brilliant. I think it's what's so cool is that you've taken like the best parts of other experiences like Yelp or Google or I remember when I was young we had the Yellow Pages. I know there's still the Yellow Pages.
That's right.
When we were young, there was a book.
That's right, a big book delivered to your house. Yes, indeed.
So you managed to take the sort of core principles from those sort of foundational community needs, because every community really needs a centralized way to know what everyone's up to and who are the businesses that I can connect with, or who are the services that I can connect with within my trusted community. And you have established that, I think, in a space where I don't know that there is any other option or alternative. Were you surprised by that when you embarked on this?
Absolutely. I mean, I was really intrigued that I did not see a place where we can all connect and unite with one another. Most importantly, support one another. E-commerce, because everybody has a site or Instagram or Facebook or something that they're giving awareness to. So I wanted to have a place where we can all, like you say, have a center point where we can go to, support one another, and most importantly, connectively unite and protect one another, because the app allows that feature where you can actually record a live streaming event or something that takes place, and you can actually caption that on the media gallery, so you can actually have it restore it and actually share that with the proper authorities or others that you may have.
So I want to dive into that. I mean, this idea that the app is not just for connection, but also for security and protection.
Absolutely.
And so when we come back, we're going to learn more about how blackeyes.com is something that can not only unite a community, but can also provide protection. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these important messages.
Here we are, 2013. We all depend on technology to communicate, to bank, and none of us know how to read and write code.
The first program I wrote asked things like, what's your favorite color? Or how old are you?
I wrote a program to play tic-tac-toe.
I first learned how to make a green circle and a red square appear on the screen.
You're just trying to make something, trying to transfer something from your mind to the computer or to a tablet. It's an experience.
The whole limit in the system is just that there just aren't enough people who are trained and have these skills today.
The programmers of tomorrow are the wizards of the future. You're going to look like you have magic powers compared to everybody else.
Great coders are today's rock stars. That's it.
And welcome back. You are watching Small Business 21st Century in today's segment of Build Your Difference with my special guest, Jermaine Dent, founder and owner of blackeyes.com. Now, prior to the break, we were discussing how the app, it can not only be used for bringing a community together and knowing what services and businesses are in your community, but also as a mechanism for security, as a way to provide protection. And you went a little bit into that, but I want to explore that even more deeply. How do you envision users will be able to use blackeyes.com as a means for protection and security.
Yes, well, thank you for touching and actually speaking on that, because that was the most important aspect of the actual app that I actually wanted to be my niche, as they say. You got to find your lane and find your niche, what you're doing. And yes, there are other websites out there that have Black-owned businesses that are actually, connecting to other Black opportunities and things like that. But it doesn't have that important feature which allows people to record a actual live event and stream it to your phone, which allows you to actually store it, just like people do on Instagram Live. They can actually record something, store it, and share it with others and like it. So I said, okay, well, let's have this feature on the app that most importantly, people can record a crime, a senseless act, or maybe give them a testimony of using a product or service, of having that experience. So you can actually have that and store that for you or others to share and like. So that was most important for me to actually implement that aspect in the app. And that took a while for the programmers to get done and get actually approved as well.
Now, I find that so fascinating because in just the most recent couple of years, especially with the sort of Black Lives Matter revolution that we've seen, a lot of what has allowed us to sort of rally together has been cell phone footage.
Absolutely.
Has been footage of senseless acts of violence that people were able to capture on their phone. And so you've made this even easier for people, because I know a lot of people, they have a phone, they don't really know how to use it.
That's right.
Okay, I still,
That's right.
let me tell you,
Yes.
I don't even know what I'm doing when I'm on my iPhone. So
yeah.
the idea that I can just open up the Black Eyes app, an app that I'm already comfortable with, an app that I already, I'm already using it to search for where I'm going to go eat or who's going to do my taxes, okay, whatever.
That's right. That's right.
The fact that I can just, is it just a button on there that you just press and you just start recording it, or live streaming?
Yeah. Well, actually, good question. On the app, it has several features, as you know, and it has a hamburger menu. So within the hamburger menu, you actually have a record option. And you actually hit that record option actually on the top, which is the first one, believe it or not, and then you can actually hit the record button just like a camera, and actually you stop it and play it, and it actually saves it to your memory and to your gallery.
Did you say that it also connects to social media?
Actually, you can connect to social media. You can actually share it with your social media if you like. Whether it be Instagram, your Facebook, your TikTok, whatever the makes it be, but it's in your actual gallery. You see, so that's the key. You have to be a subscriber as well to use that record option, and subscribing is free. So it doesn't cost you anything to connect and be a part of it, and actually use that option as well.
Yeah. Tell me more about, as a CEO, your decision to make this app free.
Absolutely.
Tell me more about that.
Well, I have several other businesses that I developed here in reference to me being an entrepreneur and having that spirit of entrepreneurship and having the ambition to actually create my own environment and have something that we'll actually live for. And this is basically my legacy, you can say, because at the end of the day, we can't take nothing with us. Money's not real. I want to actually have something for people to actually utilize while they're here to actually support one another, and most importantly, empower and inspire, so we can be uplifted and show that light that we all have inside of us. Because we all have it, we just need to brighten it up a little bit here and there. So that's why I actually developed this, and that's why I made it free, because at the end of the day, the money will come. Once you follow your passion, you will find your purpose, and the purpose will follow the money.
Yeah, Mike, that is inspiring. The thing that I want to touch on with this, because we've already sort of explored how the Black Eyes app is an incredible tool for bringing together communities. But I'm curious, do you see this also as an opportunity to become a sort of global product, to sort of extend beyond just our local communities domestically, but also internationally as well? Injustice, it's everywhere.
Absolutely.
So do you have a vision as the CEO as to how blackeyes.com may affect or influence not just our current community, but also our global community?
Yes, that is the goal. That is the goal. And actually being able to expand their horizon and be able to be international is the key. I actually have a friend in Africa that downloaded the app, and he actually had his own app, believe it or not. He was so supportive and happy that he actually was able to use it and actually see that it's come to light. And he's saying that how important it is to have that in this community and there. But yes, that is the goal, to have it worldwide. We are on the internet, we have a website, and it's an app that's approved on Apple and Android. And everybody has one of those two devices. So, yes, that is the goal. Yes, and having that dream and being to have people in China, Europe, Africa, Asia, be able to download it and actually record the actual, app or use it for whatever service or product they're looking for. Thank you.
How many people? I don't know if you have those numbers available, but how many people have downloaded the app so far? Or how big is the blackeyes.com community? I don't know how you measure that, but
Yes.
what are we talking about here in terms of users?
Yes. Well, that's the key. I'm getting users every day, as they say. One day at a time.
Yeah.
Growing. And taking baby steps. But with this show here, you're doing an interview. Hope bring it to light of this app and bring more awareness of it. I'm just taking my steps of being blessed and being patient and grateful each and every day, and that's all I can do. It'll come, as they say. But right now, I have about 1,000 subscribers, and my data team and programmers update me every week with the amount of subscribers that we get on and bring on. So as you said, every day, we're bringing on as many as we can, but I do have about 1,000 plus subscribers now.
Have you been surprised with that growth? My understanding is you just got approved in February.
Yes,
right?
yes,
So this
absolutely.
is brand new.
Brand new.
It took larger Facebook or whatever the top social media, it took them years.
Yes.
20 years
Absolutely.
plus to build their audiences, and you're doing extremely good numbers for having just been available for about 2 months maybe at this point.
Absolutely.
So does that surprise you? Are you shocked by any of this?
Yeah, I am actually, believe it or not. With that being in mind, with the launch and everything we just did in February, we were pushing it slowly, and just people are really reacting to it differently. I guess because of the times that we're in right now, with everything that's kind of on edge and uncertainty is happening, and most importantly, just time for us to really unite, since we've been all trapped in our houses for the past 2 or 3 years. So we need to really come together and go out and be supportive of one another in any way we can. But yes, it has been amazing, and it has been a fantastic ride and journey, as they say, and that's why I'm just taking the ride and just taking every experience and being grateful for it.
Oh man, that is it's so exciting to see, what's happening with blackeyes.com, the incredible growth. And so when we come back, we're going to talk to founder and CEO Jermaine Dent about his vision for the next 3 to 5 years. Don't leave, stay with us. We'll be right back.
How do you know? No cages, no crates, no tie stalls, no painful living conditions. How do you know? No hormones or antibiotics in feed. How can you know? Your choice is wholesome and humane. Did you know choosing natural foods raised in humane conditions promotes farm animal well-being as well as yours and your family? Choose Certified Humane. Certified Humane certification and labeling program assures customers that when they purchase products with the Certified Humane logo, those animals were raised healthy and humanely. When you choose Certified Humane, everyone benefits. For more information about Certified Humane and its benefits to animals, farmers, and consumers, visit their website at www.certifiedhumane.org. That's www.certifiedhumane.org.
And welcome back. You're watching Small Business 21st Century, and today's segment of Build Your Difference with my special guest, Jermaine Dent. Now, Jermaine is the founder and owner of blackeyes.com. And prior to the break, we were talking about the incredible growth that he's experienced since he launched his app in February 2022. So what I want to know, Jermaine, is as you look towards the future, okay, and also as you look at the journey that it took you to launch this app, what are some of the lessons that you've learned as the CEO of blackeyes.com, and maybe one or two that you'd like to share with us today?
Well, yes, I actually am a CEO of Black Eyes app as well as the website, and I do have other companies as well. So being a CEO, Chief Executive Officer, as they say, it's a title that carries a lot of weight. I mean, it's basically you're wearing the hat of many. And being in that mind, I had to have the right mindset, and most importantly, a team to actually support and bring this to light. And that's what the programming team that helped me develop this, the app on Android and iPhone. So it actually really makes a difference on how you actually put your mind and your frame of work together and balance it out. Because at the end of the day, you want to see some results, right? So with that in mind, you have to put the work in, and that takes dedication, sacrifice, and of course, a little, compromise as well.
Yeah. I think that's an incredibly sort of realistic approach, very practical approach to leading and launching a business, especially something that's innovative like blackeyes.com.
Absolutely.
Did you have any mentors, or did you have any people that you saw, that you looked up to kind of inspire you along the way?
Yes, actually, I do have some mentors. My martial arts instructor was my mentor growing up as a young man, as well as a college professor that I actually still keep contact with. And of course, my mother, too. I mean, she inspires me a lot, and so these are some people that are in my life to really just give me the proper juice, I guess you could say, to feed me what I need to move forward and to keep moving and to keep pushing ahead to my dreams and goals and aspirations that I want to live. So these are some people that I actually have in my corner. They really just just look at me and say, okay, Jermaine, you got this, you can do this. But Claude Anderson, actually, the Power Economics, I read that book, and that really, really inspired me and touched me, Pierre, because that talk about the power economics. And that is really what this app is about. Power economics. We have to start circulating the dollar within our community and actually start supporting one another. And actually, not only that, to inspire and actually have a way we can actually go to one platform to buy and sell. Commerce, that's what it is. So basically, that's what really kind of drew that light into me. It's like, oh, I need to do something where we can really come together and actually support one another, because we don't do that. Well, we have other, businesses and establishments that we can go to that, we support them, but we don't support each other. So I said, let me figure out something that we can actually have to come together collectively as a whole. And it can be, like I said, domestic or international, you can actually go to.
I think it really is fascinating. And yeah, Dr. Claude Anderson, The Power of Economics. Where do you see, blackeyes.com, the website, but also the apps? Where do you see this business going in 3 to 5 years? What kind of impact do you want to see this business have in the world over the course of the next 3 to 5 years?
Well, 3 to 5 years, which is going to be a short time, as you think. It might be long, but it's short. Close your eyes, you're like, oh, it's here. But yes, my whole goal and plan is to have this app in actually every child's and adult hand, whether it be, the device or going to the website, and then be able to really, connect and unite us all and actually have it on a global scale, most importantly. I would like to really see that happen in the next 2 years or so as we're building up the subscribership. And of course, maintaining sponsors and getting people to come on the board to support the app, let it, basically, run itself in a sense, because, I'm not getting compensation from, any of these sales or, products that are on there. I want people to get their own money and have their own way of getting paid, just, come on board, like you just said earlier, like a Yelp or, any other website or application that's out there, but really geared to the Black community, and where we can protect one another, support one another, and empower one another.
Are you, as a CEO, are you concerned at all about, Facebook or what's another one? Google trying to, sort of interfere with what you're building or what we want to build with blackeyes.com? I mean, do you see them as a threat at all to the long-term growth of the business?
Yeah, and I was actually considering and thinking about that. I said, well, these guys, the big fish, they said, well, I'm a small fish, and they might come at me with an offer, or maybe even try to, compete against what I'm doing or implement that type of feature with what they have going on. But I had, proper legal, the people on my team that did the trademarks and everything together with me having the, patent and copyright on it. So therefore, I'm protected in that way. And you know, I really just look like to say it's an opportunity, you know, for us all to share and to really come together and see how this can work and benefit, and we can all rise from it. And that's the whole goal, you know, us to rise.
It is an interesting opportunity, Jermaine, because, you know, like you said, Facebook and these other social media networks, I mean, we look at them as big fish, but really what's interesting is that so many of us are losing faith in these big fish because they're almost too big for the lake. They're almost too big for the pond, and we don't trust them anymore. And I think what that means is that it's a brilliant opportunity for us to regain trust by supporting apps that are very specifically geared towards uniting our communities, instead of perpetuating and propagating the kind of messages that we see all over Facebook that really are tearing communities apart, and in some cases even causing wars in countries.
That's right. That's
or stealing elections or whatever rhetoric they're pushing.
Absolutely.
So I think this is a really interesting opportunity for something like blackeyes.com, and I'm just so incredibly excited about the future that you've outlined and where you're going to take this. I mean, it really is amazing. So I'm going to give you the final word on this. We have just a minute left. What tip would you give to a young entrepreneur who's inspired by what you've built? What would you tell them?
Well, I would say, you know, most importantly, don't give up. And no matter what, I mean, you're going to get the no's, you're going to get some yeses, but you're going to just, you know, continue to go through your journey and stay PPP. You know, Pierre, you got to stay positive, productive, and protected. If you stay those three, you have that mentality, you're going to be all right. And
positive,
productive,
and protected. I mean, over COVID, we had, I think, a totally different understanding of PP loans or whatever.
There you go, PP, right. There you go. That's what I tell people. Say, oh yeah, I like that. But you got to stay those three.
What is it again?
Positive, productive,
and protected. I absolutely love that. If you have any questions about today's segment, see the information that's at the bottom of the screen. And remember, you know, stay positive, stay productive, and stay protected. You've been watching Small Business 21st Century and today's segment of Build Your Difference. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.